Frodo Jack, the hybrid hunter here. Numbers 23. It's all about a hidden people who don't class themselves as part of the nations. Well, I have evidence of this. Many years ago on the hill of Tara, when I started to probe these people, I couldn't understand why they were so aggressive and were coming out with so many lies. When you put forward to them that the Galatians of Ireland in particular are tribal nations. The tribes they're a Hebrew tribe. Brian, the king of the Hebrews, Brian the Brew, Hebrew. He's a Hebrew. And my ancestor Callahan, who is a lie to the people, a boy-headed leader, which is all linked into the sons of Mill. We're a tribe. We seeded a lot of the royal families in Britain. They came from Britain is actually named after a Hebrew tribe. So what happens is they're stealing babies. They've always been stealing babies. They've always hidden in plain sight. They're into witchcraft. They call it Tuat the Dannan. Now what they fear is they don't want any tribes, because there's 12 tribes of Israel. They don't like tribes. It's like what happened with the Pope and all. They linked in with the Pope and the nicking of babies. So we're actually a Hebrew Christian tribe. Civilized Europe, we did under Galatian law, of foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? That's the apostle asking a question. So ask yourself the question that the apostle posed to you. He says, who has bewitched you? And it's more than likely the same people who have bewitched the Syrians all those generations ago. If you turn around and said to the Christian Syrians before they were conquered, they would say, why do you think there's trouble in Syria today and there's wars all over the Middle East? They'd have the simple answer for us. Because he's abandoned the Church of Jesus Christ. It's the judgment against you. The same as the judgment that happened to us when we gave the rocket castle to the Vatican. The Vatican is behind all the Jesuit generals. So you can discard this information, or you can. They're sun worshippers. They worship the sun. They control all the armies of the world. They re-legion everybody. When they plan this generations ahead, because they're in with the occult and the dark forces. So when you see the Middle East being torn apart,